Hi, we're both here for a Pilates Activate and Release class. So you can expect lots of really lovely leg and hip stretches and some nice warmers as well. We're going to be using 2 balance pads for our practice, but you could easily use a couple of cushions or nothing at all, just quite a nice addition for a bit of wobble and balance challenge. So we're going to start standing with our props slightly in front of us. So we're going to bring our legs hip width apart. Spine lifting up nice and tall, knees soft, and the arms are going to lift up and out of our back. From there, we're going to take a roll down, circling the arms to the sides, tipping the head, curling over the spine. Now, at the bottom of this, we're going to let the head relax and hang, bending your knees, keeping your feet nice and flat, go as low as your knees will allow, and then straighten your legs and curl the spine up to stand. So we've got our first leg stretch in there already. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, you circle, tipping and rolling down. Your knees bend as you inhale. Good. You exhale, legs straighten. Curl the spine back on up. Let's do that one more time. Arms. Good. They circle, tip the head, curling over. Knees bending with an inhalation. Exhale, they straighten. And you roll the spine back up. Now from here, we're going to send the arms in front of us, hips sitting back into our first squat position. So think about your tails lifting up at the back, chest bone lifting up at the front. We're going to press the arms by our sides, standing nice and tall. Inhale, sitting back again. So think of hinging deeply at the hips. Good, and coming to stand. The weight is transferring towards your heel bones, helping to sort of transfer the load and share the load of you between the fronts and backs of your feet and the fronts and backs of your abdomen. And again, sit, good, lovely, and stand. Now step forward onto your balance pads. So we're going to take the same squat pattern and we'll start adding on. So first things first, all parts of your feet on board. We're going to squat down. The legs are a little bit wider in this position, lifting one heel from the balance pad. You stand and lower your heel back down. Good. So other heel, raising up. Good. And you stand and lower back down. Inhale, lifting the heel. Good. And exhale up to stand. Breath in, sitting nice and deeply with this. Good. Standing. So keep alternating those heels. One heel, good, standing up, and then the other heel, lifting up. Good, fantastic. Try the both if you can, give it a try. Down, both, down, and stand. We'll go 2 more times. Down, heels, and down, standing up. Last one. We've got lovely leg stretch coming up. So we're going to lower both those heels, standing up. Step your right foot off the balance pad. Yep, and bring it to the right side of the mat. Super. So we're going to lift our back heel. The right heel comes off the floor and turn yourself towards your front leg. So you want to make sure your back leg is spiraling towards the front leg. Okay? So you're going to send the right arm up towards the ceiling. So you should feel that long right side. And then bending through both knees. Check the front knee isn't forward of the toes. Standing and changing through the arms. Inhale as you bend your knees. Exhale as you straighten. And again, so I want to keep your back heel high the whole time. So even as you stand, fantastic. Again, dropping down. Feel that right thigh opening out. So you've got a lovely thigh stretch in the right hand side. And we'll go for 3. Good. And 2. Fantastic. Last one there. Okay, and from here, we're going to step the left foot back in line with the right foot. So our heels are together, toes apart, and you're facing the top front left corner of your mat. So you're on a diagonal, okay? We're going to raise the arms up to our ceiling, circling, rolling down in Pilates stance. So at the bottom, lovely calf stretch coming up. We're going to walk our hands forward towards the far left corner of the mat. That's it. Okay, stay there. And now bring the heels together nice and tight. Try and lift your hips as high as they can go. Exactly, Chris, good. And then let your head relax. So you're aiming to straighten the legs as much as possible. Well done. And then lift your heels as high as they go. And then push your heels down towards the floor. Good. Lifting again. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you lower. Wonderful. Keep that going. See if you can keep the heels joined. So looking for this big stretch potential down the back of the legs. This already might be a real nemesis exercise for you. I know that I've been giving these out in class and they've been pretty tough. If you want, however, to try a next step, you up for that, Chris? For one more step. So we're going to drop the heels and then lift them nice and high. So from here, we're going to keep the left leg as it is, right leg lifting up towards the ceiling. Good. Straightening as much as you can through that right hand leg. Super. And then bringing it down, touching it to the left one. Lift the same leg again. So it's the right leg lifting up again. Good. Fantastic. And lower to the left leg. And just do that 2 more times. Think of straightening back through the left, lifting and straightening through the right. And landing. And just do that 1 more time. Remember, that's totally optional. Okay, good. All right, well done. Bring your hands back towards your feet. Slowly curling yourself up into standing. Well done. So keep the right foot on the right side of the mat, left foot coming to the left side of the mat. We've got quite a wide stance, so I'd bring your feet even wider than that, Chris. Toes out of the mat and heels inside the mat. Okay, from here we're going to raise our arms. We've got a different hip stretch to try. So pull the elbows to your waist, hinge your hips back, keep your legs nice and straight. So straightening off through our knees, that's it. From here, reach your arms forward, lean back further into your hips. Good, we're aiming for a nice long straight back. And then from here, dropping the hips, bending the knees as low as you can go. And your arms can sort of push out your knees a little bit. Okay, from there we're going to raise our hips, legs straight. Good. Bending the knees again, pulling out through the inside of the knees. And just doing that 1 more time. Hips up. And knees bending. From there, we're going to reach those arms in front, standing tall, and well done. We're going to step forward onto the balance pads again. So both feet coming on board. All right, so we're back into our squat patterns. So we're going to sit the hips back, keep your heels on the balance pads this time, arms forwards, and then pushing to stand. So use these just to come back to a sense of technique, okay? Your pelvis is traveling back in space, your arms traveling forwards to give you some counterbalance. Nice long straight spine for 2 more. Good, lovely. And last one there. Okay, so as you stand up, we're going to take the left leg off the back and we're toward our second side now. So lift the back heel, spiral yourself towards your front leg and lift your back heel off the floor. All right, so ready to lift the left arm on this second side. And we're going to bend the knees, being aware of that front knee, not coming over the toes. Good, exactly. Exactly. And then stand and change your arms. So breath in as you come to the lunge, exhale as you straighten. This whole sequence is about activating hips and leg strength and then stretching things out. Good. Lovely. Well done. 1 more here. That's it. Good. And then stepping the front leg to the back leg. So we are diagonally facing this corner now of our mats, the front right hand corner. Okay, so we're going to raise those arms, breath in, exhale, curling over. So at the bottom, walking your hands forward on the diagonal towards your front right hand corner. That's it. So we're looking for an up stretch in Pilates stance. That means the heels are together, the toes spiral apart. Initially, work with straightening the legs and lift and lower your heels a couple of times. That's it. Try and keep those heels glued together as they lift, land. Breath in to lift, exhale to land. Good. Now this might be plenty for you, okay? If you want to try a next layer up, we're going to raise the heels. Your left leg's going to be the lifting leg on this second side, and the left leg's going to lift and lower back down. Good, and bringing it down. Inhale as you lift, think of straightening through both legs, and lower down. Okay, 2 more times, keep that head relaxed. Yes, that's it, good, well done. And 1 more, reaching out of those legs, whichever version you've gone for. Good, and then walking the hands back to the feet, well done. They're quite intense, those. Fantastic, slowly curl up. Bring your legs either side of the mat, toes out and heels in. We're going to reach the arms up, we'll come back to those same hip stretches, so elbows to waist, straight legs hinges you back, arms forwards. Good. From there, drop your hips and let your arms push out your knees. Raise your hips, arms forwards. Drop your hips again. And from there, we're going to bring our hands to the mat and just bring your knees down to the floor as well. So you're onto your hands and your knees just to start setting up down here. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll take 1 round back, curling to a cat. Let your head drop and relax. And fine, we're actually going to springy cat. So you're rounded, you've shifted back. You lift the weight of your hands, springing off them. And then uncurl to a straight spine. So we're rounding again, curl to the cat, springing off the hands. Good. Landing your hands, unraveling, breathing in. Exhale to curl, rounding, shifting and springing, lifting off the hands. Good. Okay, and we'll go 1 more time. It's a nice active type of back stretch, curling, shifting, springing. Good. Okay, lovely. So from here, we're guys going to bring our left legs forwards. The balance pad, totally optional, under your right knee. So if you want a bit more cushioning or you want a bit more wobble factor, bring that cushion there. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to wrap our right hand around the front knee and your left hand coming behind your head. So try and find that sense of lifting yourself upward, your head pressing back into your hand. We're going to rotate towards the left hand side, keeping that left knee kind of bracing into your hand. That's it. And then just rotating back to a center. So finding that again, you twist to the left, your front knee is kind of bracing out into your hand. Good, and then rotating back. Do 1 more and think of spiraling up to the ceiling with your spine. So just going that little bit taller. Good. All right, lovely. And then the left hand comes to the left knee, right arm reaching to the front, and it's a more free-flowing swing. So we're going to raise up on the inhale, and on the exhale, dropping the arm, swing and twist to the back, dropping the arm, swing and twist to the front. So as you twist and swing, your front knee is still very stable, okay? So left knee stable into your left hand, spine still stable but mobile and flexible as you twist to the back. Last one. All right, lovely. So we're going to bring that arm down by our side, tuck the left knee underneath you, and you want to just be level, whether that's both knees on balance pads or both knees off. Okay, good. So we're going to bring our hands down to the lower belly area. We're going to be up here just for a stretch. So you're going to roll back through both shoulders and then think about lifting your chest bone to the ceiling. So you could come to here, maybe that's plenty for you. If you wanted to lean back into it, that's fine. Just go to where it feels okay in your back. Good. Just think of that chest broadening out. And then we're just softening that. So nodding the chin and slightly rounding over. So taking that again, so rolling back your shoulders, lifting your front ribs, going as far back as feels okay. Good. and then dropping down, rounding over. And last time here, breathing in as we lift. Exhale, draw down. We're going to step the other leg forward this time. So if you step forward your other side, so it's going to be your right leg in front, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we start with your left hand over your right knee and your hand on the right behind your head. Okay, so if you think about your right knee right above the ankle joint, your head presses back in your hand and your elbows opening out to the sides. From there, rotate through your spine to the wall behind you and center the spine to the front. Good. So as you rotate, there's a bit of opposition. So your elbow's coming back, your waist is coming forwards. Good. Okay, and one more time there. Breath in as you turn. Centering. You replace your right hand on your knee this time. Left arm takes the lift, and it's going to be a drop. Swing, drop, and turn to the back. Swing, drop, turn to the front. Good. As you swing and drop, your front leg is still almost braced into position with the knee aligned over the ankle. Good. 2 more times. Swing to the back, swing to the front. Good. And last one. All right, lovely. So if you tuck both knees back down, all right, hands to the mat, and just sitting back to a brief child's pose here. So letting the head drop and relax. Take a few breaths in that child's pose. Wide breaths filling your back. Long exhales softening your back. And then we'll take the balance pads out of our way. We're going to sit on the mats. So if you sit with enough mat behind you, lots of space, and with your feet flat into the floor, I'd go about halfway back actually, so you're about halfway on the mat, yeah, even more. That's it, perfect. So we're going to hold behind our legs, and then slowly we're going to curl the spine down. So as you roll back, keep going until you find your shoulders. At the shoulders, stay there. Nod your chin forward a little bit more, and then you're going to float up your feet, pull the knees in towards you. Brilliant. Okay, lovely. So we're going to hold on the left knee in towards you, hugging in. Both hands on the top of your left knee. Stretch the right leg out. We've landed in our single leg stretch straight away. So we're going to change those legs. Breath in, you swap, pulling in the right, and change, pulling in the left. Good. So think of that sense of activation and release, the theme for today. So you're going to stretch and activate one side, pull in and release the back of the other side. Good. And we'll go for 3 more times. 1. Good. And 2. Lovely. And last one. Good. Hug both knees in and let your head rest for a moment to the floor. Wonderful. So from there, we're going to pop the right foot onto the ground, slide your right leg away from you. So your right leg's nice and straight, perfect. So you're going to push your right foot forwards on the floor and think of those toes lifting towards the ceiling. You hold the back of your left leg, hug it into your chest, and we're going to take a climb a tree. So we'll take a breath in to prepare. And now lift your head up, exhaling, curl, raising up this heel to the ceiling. Climb your hands up your leg as high as you can stretch and reach. Good. And then climbing down your leg. Hug your knee back into your chest. You're breathing in, and we'll do that again. So exhale to curl, climbing up the tree. Okay, keep both feet active. So this foot here, pushing forward and into the floor. Good. And then climbing down that tree. Down and down and down. And just taking one more to the top. So exhale to curl, and nice and active feet, pushing up and holding here. So we're going to keep that left leg raised, hands behind your head. Good. And then from there, your left leg's going to come across you to your right hand side, down. Good, and then out towards the left. So we're going to circle that left leg. Yes, and you come up to the ceiling, across to the right. Good, circling out to the left. So you try and keep that head and chest curled up the whole time. Yeah, well done. And again, 2 more times. Out, up, around, across, down, out and up. And then you can rest that leg down on the floor. Let your head rest to the ground. Well done. So I'd hug your right knee into your chest now. So you can take the climber tree. So initially just pushing forward your left foot this time. Feel the right hip opening up. And then when you're ready, climbing up the tree, walking up through those arms. Good. Lovely. And climbing down. Hug your knee back into the chest. Just taking 2 more, just the 2. So as you climb, pushing through this foot, think of opening the left hip as well as the back of your right hip and climbing back down. All right, last one is our holding stretch. So curling, that's it. And we hold. So try and keep your upper body balanced. You take the hands behind your head. Okay, right leg opening out to the right side. Down and around and lifting up. Well done. Keep those circles going. Think of those ribs, guys, in the floor. So grounding through the base of your rib cage. Good. And lift. 2 more circles. Just the 2. Good. And out, down, around and lift to ceiling. Letting your right leg relax and resting your head to the floor. Okay, so let's just hug both knees into your chest for a second so you can give your back a nice big stretch. If you want to lift your head forwards, feel free, whatever you need in your back. Maybe a few rocks from side to side. Okay, from our backs, we're going to come onto our fronts together. So if you want to roll over, Chris, and we're going to have our arms in a cactus. So your arms will be slightly wider than the mat, forehead resting, and legs hip width apart. That's perfect. So dropping down through the front edge of the pelvis here, pubic bone nice and heavy. We're going to think of those legs lengthening out behind us, very long and open hip joints. Now taking a breath, we're just going to raise the chest up. So you lift the upper back, the head will lift with the spine. Good, that's lovely. And then lowering back down. So inhaling on the lift, the chest bone shining forward. Super, and lowering. So this height's fantastic. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If it feels good and you want to lift to a full cobra with straight arms, then feel free. Whatever feels good in your back, Chris, this morning. So rising up, forearms or hands. Good, lovely, and down. So it's the breath in as we lift. Nice steady pace. Think of dropping through the back of those shoulders. Exhaling to floor. Let's take 2. Good, and 1 more time. Think of lengthening and lifting. All right, so we're going to sit you back into the child's pose again, Chris. Let your back get another stretch. In this child's pose, we will keep it nice and passive, but let's walk our hands over to one side. So you're just going to keep your hips back, hands walking over. Taking 2 breaths, stretching out that one side. Walking your arms over the other way. And taking 2 breaths there, lengthening and stretching through the second side. And then a Sphinx stretch. We're going to bring the arms in front of the shoulders. Okay, and for the Sphinx, you want to take your knees a bit further back from your hips. You keep your hips high and you drop your chest down below the height of your shoulders. So you're trying to melt the chest bone between the shoulder blades. And you can take a couple of breaths here. And then from the Sphinx pose, we'll bring your hands back towards your legs and we'll make our way back up into standing. So we'll face the fronts. All right, so as we stand, thinking of activating and releasing. So we activate through those long legs and release down all the toes. We're going to send those arms up and forwards, circling out to the sides, tip the head, curl the spine over. You're both releasing your back but active in your center. Think of the core drawing in and up. From the base of your back, start to wheel your spine up, sending your arms up high. Lift your central chest, your chin, your rib cage, and then we'll swing down. Exhale to release. Inhale to activate and energize. Exhale to release. Inhale, activate, energize. For 2. And 1. And let your arms relax. Thank you for moving with us. It's been fab.